live.
Cool.
We back, baby.
We are back. We are back. Another episode of Snap Talk.
Trust.
And we got one of our compadres. He's been on before. You know the vibes.
Yep.
One of the best writers out here. You know, Mic Cheque and that. We here. What are you saying, Hamza? How you feeling?
Thanks for having me again, boys. Been a few years since I've been back on, innit?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
I remember we were chatting about futures, this catalogue and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
But yeah, man, we're blessed, bro. We're here, man. Thank you for having me. A.K.A. Hamza in the building.
Trust. How are you all feeling today?
Yeah, man. Sun's shining now, man. I'm loving it a bit.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I guess
we're healthy.
That's what we can focus on.
Yeah. Let's not get into weekends and certain 11 players and bros.
It's tight for certain man still. Yeah. I can't lie.
Yeah, sun's out. That's the good thing, you know what I mean?
That's what
we're alive.
We are.
Today, I think today's gonna be interesting because we're gonna get into a topic that has a lot of people questioning, like for and against both parties, whether or not he should have been allowed to even perform in the first place. Wireless, obviously, Kanye West. You know, when we first did the last episode, we spoke about whether or not it's actually gonna go down.
Yeah.
2 weeks later,
we did.
2 weeks later, it's locked up.
We did,
and
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was shocked that he was even allowed to. Like, he was considered to do it. To be honest.
Why so?
Why so? Because he's been cancelled everywhere, isn't it?
But he's been doing shows, and literally, was it last week he done his sold out SoFi shows in LA. Yeah. I think he got how many? I think it was 8,000 each date.
Yeah.
So
sold out, yeah.
He's been doing shows. He's due to do shows in Europe, in Spain, Holland, Italy, so to speak. So with last year's Wireless lineup being Drake and then him doing it for all 3 days, I thought if they followed in that formula, the natural guy to follow suit is Kanye West, and obviously
he's not the only one that could do it though.
Let's be guided.
What, host the whole weekend? 3 nights? Not the only one.
There's a handful of artists that could probably do 3 nights on their own.
Yeah, I mean, within the same sphere of hip-hop, and also artists that aren't within the sphere of hip-hop, whether it's above their pay grade at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Take, I don't know, someone hip-hop adjacent like The Weeknd, yeah? He's already booked for Wembley later this year. So then it's Wireless above his pay grade at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
And the crowd that would listen to The Weeknd is probably not the same crowd that would be up for for Kanye. I think that was another reason why they were so confident to just cancel it, because getting a replacement for him and it be the same people that wanted to go in the first place is not likely. But
it sounds like, obviously we ain't got all the background details yet, but it sounds like, from what we know, they went all in, right? Like poker table, chips, all in, yeah?
All right.
From what I know, the Home Office had already approved Kanye's visit.
Yeah.
Right? The sponsors had already agreed to sponsor. Pre-sale went up. Pre-sale sponsored by PayPal.
Yeah.
Pepsi, etc., etc.
Yeah. Everyone was on board.
So, you now pull the plug once, I don't know, word gets round, Keir Starmer gets involved, so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden, it's all crickets. It's all just wiped off. You know what I mean? So I just find it very interesting how for 1 minute he was doing it. Sounds like Wireless and the director of Wireless were very confident that it was going ahead.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it's torn down. You know what I mean? What's all that about?
I'm not a fan of that.
I think
I'm not a fan of that.
it's a shame because it's like, why was you all happy? Like, there would have been plenty of meetings like before we even got a whiff of him headlining.
Of course,
do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Sure.
So I don't know how they can all be like, do you know what I mean? And then cancel. Especially, I think the brands especially, like trying to cancel, pull out after the march just doesn't make any sense because you backed it in the first place. So what are we doing here? Like you knew what it was. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like for me, it begs the question of whether it's like who guides these, like in terms of like the public outrage, let's say, right? Everyone, it was 50-50. You had a lot of Kanye fans saying, okay, he's apologized, etc., etc.
Right.
Then you have the other side of the camp who are like, it's too early for him to be popping back out. You know,
Okay.
you
I
can't
think
really
that's
forgive
what it
him.
is.
You think that's the main reason then?
But why is it
To an
too
extent.
early? Like, he's been doing shows. He's been apologized.
Yeah. Like he's kissed hands and stuff like that.
Bro,
It is still fresh.
you've met with certain religious figures in order to try and show that you're probably actually genuine about trying to rectify the mistakes he's made and that.
Because even, I think, the Jewish community, they said that they would like to speak to him, but without him performing.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
So it's like, I don't know.
Respectfully.
But, yeah, like, it's mad. But, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think.
Okay, so let's just walk through this quickly. So when he got announced and whatnot, how did you guys feel? Were you potentially considering going to Wireless? Did you think he shouldn't be doing it? Like, what was you guys' thought process?
Me personally, I wouldn't have. I only wanted to go once I saw the clips of the SoFi Stadium. I felt like the world, the actual thingy, that performance looked epic with the lights and all of that, and then some obviously his hits and whatnot, cold.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, this could make this. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's playing all of the hits that he's he's got. And for me personally, I think Kanye recent music, even forgetting just the anti-Semitic stuff, that the Hell Hitler and all of that rubbish shit that he dropped last year and previously before that, musically I don't think has been great. Even Bully, like what he just dropped,
Right.
it hasn't been great. So it's like if he had certain days where he's going over the classics, like his first 3 projects, yeah, that day I would have been there, like, do you know what I mean? But apart from that, I don't know. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I was thinking of going. I was
Yeah.
considering it, not entirely in. I mean, it's 3 days. Those prices were looking crazy at the same time.
Right.
yeah, 140.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that.
But in terms of obviously seeing Kanye himself, I guess that's a lot of that's a moral dilemma that some people might be feeling, because then it's like, if stuff that he said hasn't sat right in your soul, how do you go about kind of separating the art from the artist type scenario in a way, right? And I guess Kanye is one of the first instances of controversial musicians where the comments were actually affecting the art. You know, like you say, like Iris, like he dropped HH last year. You know, his controversial opinions were impacting the music. He's taking all of that stuff off streaming. Apparently, even doing copyright strikes if someone tries to re-upload that stuff. So then, in my head, I'm like, okay, if none of those antics are going to be involved when he's on stage, and he's been taking the last 6 or so months to actually apologize sincerely and showing that in his actions.
I think
then
he went to rehab as well, wasn't it?
if he went to rehab, if he, if he's really giving us extra detail also around you know, that Wall Street Journal apology that he wrote about, you know, that he went all the way far. It went all the way back to the 2002 car accident, saying that you know they didn't. His frontal lobe was damaged. They didn't diagnose that properly until 2023. Right. So then, I think when I was reading that, I was met with the dilemma of, okay, how much of this am I believing? Number one, because he is accrediting a lot of the bipolar symptoms to his antics, right? I've seen a lot of people not really buy that. They think it's a whole PR move and stuff like that. But for some people, it might believe them to feel like, you know what, I feel like he's being sincere, and maybe we've undermined the role the mental health has played in this. But we can only take his word for it. Like, we don't know nothing else.
That's where I feel that's where the tricky part comes into it, because on one hand you can say that obviously there's a lot to state that this guy's probably using this as like a PR campaign. We've seen antics from him before and whatnot. And if at this point you've washed your hands of Kanye, that's completely understandable, because frankly, bro, a lot of these antics, people are being cancelled outright for doing said things, innit? But at the same time, if he genuinely, he has a genuine mental health condition, which can cause him to spiral and act outside of himself. So where do people draw the line in terms of giving grace to said person for having this condition, and then moving past it? That's completely up to the individual, in my opinion. And it's not like it's a mandatory thing, Wireless. If you don't want to go, you don't have to buy the ticket. So that's where I
just like the freedom of choice.
Exactly. So that's where I thought, cool, people may not like him coming over. That's completely fine, but you're not obligated to be there. If you don't want to be there, you don't want to be there. If Tommy Robinson announces a flipping march or whatever, I don't like it, but bro, do what you're doing. I can have my opinion about it, but do what you're doing. So yeah, I don't really think it was great that you started seeing government officials getting involved, saying, oh, they Wireless should have really thought about having him as the headliner and whatnot, because art should not be politics should not be involved in art, personally speaking, because it just gets into muddy waters, and then you're policing artists, and where do you go from there? It's just it's not a great path.
I think we're being met with one of the most difficult dilemmas in modern pop culture. You know, because you're literally being faced with one of the greatest artists of our century, and you know, like multiple instances of him being great in terms of the music and albums and so on and so forth with other people's careers, and then all the controversy involved in it. You're now met with, like you said, politicians coming through, and that muddies waters, because what precedent are you stating now? Are you setting now going forward? You know, how are we really controlling what we allow artists to say, and what fruits can they take from their labor? You know, because I think back to Tyler the Creator being banned from the UK. Right? Like, he was banned for a long time, right? And then it's only when Flower Boy era started to come through where they lifted the ban. Obviously for a lot of his older music and what he used to say in the music. Now this one is like, feel like that, but like magnified by like 5-10 times. You know, because of the stature of the artist and so on and so forth.
So,
it's a lot.
Do you know what Tyler used to say in his music that got banned?
Don't think we can repeat it.
I don't think he can.
It was
like, because he's even distanced himself from that time, like
and shit like that. Or...
like homophobic and, you know, predatory statements when he was like, you know, what, 17, 18.
Very edgy,
very young and ignorant.
edgy stuff. But yeah, that's not who he is anymore. You would hope, innit?
But there we go. That's one great example, right? He kind of rectified his actions over the course of the years, introduced himself on an artistic level, and then, you know, stayed consistent with his new actions, and then he kind of had the ban lifted and people started to re-accept him, right?
Yeah.
With Kanye, like we're saying, the Wall Street Journal apology dropped in January. That's only a few months ago.
Right.
So, you know, you're saying that, like, he's been going on an apology tour and he's kind of apologized, but I still think it is very fresh because he's still potentially volatile. You know, we've had situations in the past where he's kind of had a break from stuff, hops back on Twitter, and it starts going on a mad one. How do we not know that another episode will be coming?
And do you know what? One thing I can give him credit for, this album, leading up to him dropping this album, there probably wasn't no fuckery from him. Like, normally he's on Twitter chatting shit leading up to an album dropping. And this time we didn't get that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, maybe he is actually changing. And I think he's even understanding his how do you say it, his diagnosis and whatnot better and whatnot, and how to handle it and everything like that. But so I don't know, maybe hopefully in the future he can, because did they ban him from the UK for like a period of time or just?
I don't know, but I know they revoked the visa that he got given. So
to be fair, even Australia haven't banned. So UK is not the first country to ban him. Australia did it first.
Right.
For me, I think that one of the main questions is, how do we as a society dictate forgiveness?
That's the wider point.
Like, I think that, and how do we set the nuances within how to forgive someone, when to forgive someone?
Right.
Because everyone's got different moral compass, right? Everyone's got different levels. Like, let's say someone does you dirty. Let's just take it in real life scenarios, right? If one of your boys does you dirty, right, and you're like hurt, in pain, right, but then you're thinking, so, like, let's take one example, right? Let's say, in one variable would be, okay, I'm thinking of all the memories with my guy, bro. That was my boy. We go way back. He's really, I can tell that he's really apologetic. I'm gonna forgive him. Another person can be in the same scenario. They'll be like, nah, man, no matter how many times you apologize, you hurt me. I can never forgive you.
Right.
And in both scenarios, that person has the autonomy to decide what he wants to do in that scenario. You get me? Like, you can forgive your brethren, you don't have to. It's like everyone deals with it differently. But when you're dealing with a celebrity, of this magnitude, of this stature, and all the historical context around him, now you have the society collectively determining, do we forgive him? It's not a I forgive you, it's a do we forgive you.
Yeah, and I think I feel like there will be stages in terms of like, and different collectives will forgive at different points of his, do you know what I'm saying? Because there'll be certain people that are forgiving him already, based on what he's done right now, and there'll be people that still need to see more, and I feel like it's gonna, in terms of actually collectively being able to say, do we accept his apology and accept him, I feel like it's never gonna be straightforward, unfortunately, because for me, like, what right now, apart from just being normal and being normal on stage, what else can he do physically to say he's apologized?
That depends on the individual, and I think it depends on their preference. Like, if they want to forgive you or not, it's up to the individual.
Well, I think where it goes first is, what groups did he offend first, right? So I think so the Jewish community, I feel like, can collectively determine whether they forgive Kanye, because if you're affecting a particular community, it's like, I'm not technically, like, he didn't offend me directly, right? But obviously I know through social context and my general moral compass that what he's saying was wrong, right? But then I can't get up and be like, I forgive him when he wasn't offending me in the first place.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly,
So then, when we're getting into the whole factions of forgiveness, maybe group one is literally who he was offending, right? You take the Jewish community, and let's not forget, it's not even the Jewish community that he was offending. You know, he had a lot of anti-black statements as well. He had a lot of things like that. So you got to take those groups who have been offended by those comments, and then I think they set a precedent of, do we forgive him? And then the general public can really reintegrate him off the back of that.
Yeah.
Right? But then the question is, how long do you take for those communities to forgive him, if at all?
And also with social media, I don't think it's easy to have like a nuance in terms of like.
That's the worst part, man.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the
like,
worst part.
You're gonna have bubbles of people feeling certain way and whatnot. Like, so it's difficult to collectively, because even people like, let's say Wiley, who's kind of like gone through it in terms of cancellation and whatnot. I feel like he's on the mend in terms of like basically being forgiven in the UK right now. Like he's performing at the Mobos.
Yeah.
They
So,
tried
so-
to take him. Yeah.
I'm sure they tried to cancel it, but it still went through. He still performed.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since his antics as well.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
That's true.
We've
Been
had
a couple
time
years.
to sit with it.
Mm.
But yeah, no, the social media thing you bring up has actually been on my mind a lot, because I just feel like online you end up having herd mentality.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, it's all about showing.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm a great person. My moral compass is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I think X, Y, Z is all wrong.
Yeah.
And you can say and type whatever you want online, but in real life,
Does it make it real?
different.
your moral compass ain't as perfect as you,
Right.
present it
Yeah,
online.
yeah.
We all have like blind spots.
Right.
You
Yeah,
get
we
me?
all
Like,
have biases. We all have.
we all have biases, bro. We all have these areas of life that we put more energy into, you know.
Right.
And I think that's where the lines get blurred online, because everyone wants to look like a good person when in real life they're not really living that, you know. And we all hypocrites, contradictory in some regard, because that's just human nature. You get me? But I feel
agree.
like that nuance gets overlooked online when we're discussing something as complex as Kanye at Wireless and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's natural.
Yeah.
That'll be natural. But in the aftermath of that, Wireless decided to completely cancel the event,
Yeah, that surprised me.
which I think.
Why did it surprise you?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're still a business. Like, you gotta make things crack at some point. Like, and I understand people's point. Some of you might be saying as well is that, you know, you can't really replace the stature of a Kanye, but I would at least try. Like, I would be on the phone ringing XY person, offering
But then-
them a bigger bag.
It probably would have been like when Drake came out at Camp
Can't Flugmore. Yeah.
Tyler's thing, and he was getting booed.
Yeah. But that's because the crowd were expecting somebody else in
Exactly.
Frank Ocean. But
That's what I'm saying.
That's not the artist's fault though. That's not his fault.
Yeah, because that
It's
scenario
not.
was...
But that's what I'm saying. What happened? I'm just saying the fact that people, let's say they brought out, I don't know, Future, replaced him with Future. I don't think everybody that came and bought tickets, like you, I think we were saying that Wireless sold out, pre-sale sold out within an hour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like after when it announced, do you know what I'm saying? So people are here for Kanye.
But the
And they come-
Tyler Fest one was a bit different, because there was a rumor circulating that Frank was coming out. It was never confirmed. So at least with the Wireless one, there's a
They
few
got time
months.
to confirm it. Yeah.
I feel like, you know, sometimes they hide what acts they reveal. They should just drop the bill, 90% of the bill early, and be like, we're going to be transparent with you lot. No Kanye, but here's who you potentially can be getting. If you want to come. If you don't, whatever. You know? And I feel like within those few months, you could have had people just calm down from the disappointment.
Yeah.
And then let it rock, you know?
But I think because of the pricing of the tickets as well, because like in the last 2 years, it feels like they've increased the ticket prices.
Yeah.
See, the pre-sale killed everything.
Oh, okay.
I think the pre-sale, exactly to your point, because now it's like people have paid for tickets expecting a certain act, They
Yeah.
clearly inflated the tickets based on booking Kanye.
Exactly, yeah.
Then what do? Do you refund all the pre-sales,
Yeah.
release the new bill, and then get a new pre-sale going for a lesser price? I feel like that's the only ethical way to go by without disappointing people.
That's a fair point.
True.
Yeah.
Cause that, yeah, legit. Because obviously, people like, right, I'm not trying to pay £140 to end up seeing Storms and TFT on me.
No, but obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
but this
that's
is
Very
where
backhanded comment.
Yeah,
but
that's
this
what people.
exactly. But that's why I take issue with Wireless, because surely they had a contingency plan just in case the Kanye original plan went wrong. Like, surely, because they do that for like when artists drop out and whatnot. Like previous years, I think DJ Khaled was scheduled to perform.
Yeah, but you can do that if
Dropped
it's
out
just
and-
one artist. He's the main artist for the 3 nights.
But there would be other artists on the bill, I'm assuming. It's not just Kanye.
Yeah, but he's the headliner.
Of course,
The
but
main pool of the event.
surely you would have artists that could cover,
Who else?
or not come close, but have similar stature across the 3 days.
Who else could have done it?
But, okay, so this is where you could now involve the UK acts. Why aren't UK acts considered, like the likes of Stormzy, the likes of Skepta, the likes of Dave? And yeah, they may have prior commitments, like I think Dave is still touring right now in America and whatnot. But Skepta, Stormzy, etc. No.
Skepta and that have already done it though.
That's what I was thinking.
They've literally already done. They done it before the American wave just started happening with Wireless. Like they
J House has headlined. DBE have headlined.
Yeah.
So now you get to a question of, okay, like we all, like everyone in this room cares about platforming UK acts, right? So like that's a very important preface to make at the beginning. But you know, you got to think about the level of artists that was involved, and then trying to find that equivalent. You basically should have, like, let's take it last year, right? Drake and the Mandem was billed as.
Right.
Everyone already had a like preconceived notion that it's gonna be Drake with the UK acts. He's gonna bring out a bunch of UK acts, but obviously that was another conversation because they were like, do we need the Canadian to really platform our UK acts when it's a UK festival? Now,
True.
That was a rubbish debate, but
whatever the case, you know what I mean? But with this one, it's like, I think people are upset about it continuing to get more Americanized. When in the past, like we're saying, we're mentioning J House, DBE have headlined it before, and then it's the Americanization of the headliners.
Wow, Wireless has been an American, like, infused festival from the very start, bro. Even when it was a more pop rock festival.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my first time going to Wireless in 2012. Drake headlined that Saturday, but you still had the likes of Rita Ora. You had the likes of The Weeknd coming out. You had the likes of Wiz Khalifa and whatnot. So the American part of it has always been there.
Yeah.
It's just that because with the rising star of UK acts, they now have the ability to have their own headlines and whatnot. So if they are capable of doing that, why not just carry that on? Like, Drake has been here multiple times and headline, that's not a problem.
You know what I say, actually, it's not even an American versus UK thing for me. It's literally who's popping at the time. Like, I think that's the overarching thing. Like you mentioned, like, you know, we had a mixture of artists, American and British before.
Right.
Now you got to consider what British act or couple of British acts are new, fresh, got motion on that level of a Dave, Central C, etc., you know?
But even those that you're mentioning, like the Dave, Central C, even Stormzy, that man could literally only do one day.
Then you got to change it as well. You can't have...
literally only do one day.
This is what Plan B should have been then. You don't have to promise people a 3-day headliner. Just go back to the one day.
Right.
Yeah,
There's no harm and shame in that. You know, you done it for the first time last year because the act warranted it. Drake's catalog is mad. And who else's catalog is mad? Kanye.
Yeah.
And not many other acts are involved like that, you know? Even take a very festival adjacent type of artist like a Travis Scott. He couldn't do 3 days. No. Maybe 2 max. But then that just chop and change it. Do 2 days, 1 act, 1 day, 1 act. You don't have to stick to the 3-day thing if you're not sticking with Kanye.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that's where your plan B thing comes into play. It's like, why was there no plan B?
Yeah, it's true. I think, I would like to know if they actually had a plan B, or if they felt, because a lot of people are rating Wireless for standing on business. Okay, you cancelled Kanye, so we're cancelling the thingy, and I don't believe they're doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's probably more to it than that. Do you know what I mean? Because while they just, like you said, they're a business, there's money to be made if they replace it with other artists and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? Might not make as much, but they will still make money. Like, so I don't know.
I think it's what it symbolizes, in my opinion.
What?
In terms of, you know what, if you're not going to let us platform who we want, then we're just gonna shut it all down, and the government have to deal with the ramifications of that. Like, bro, Wireless is a big thing. It brings in, I think, money. Apparently like 60 million every summer. Not to mention what it does for like the businesses in the area, the footfall, etc. So jobs as well. So it's not, people are talking about the artists not being able to perform, but let's think about the wider ramifications of it and whatnot.
What's funny though, all the brands that dropped out, they're gonna be back supporting next year.
But it's exactly.
I bet they will be.
Virtue signaling, bro.
Exactly.
Virtue signaling, bro.
Exactly.
I bet they will be. Like,
yeah.
That's the issue.
Like the director's statement really surprised me because, like you said, he was taking a stance.
Yeah.
He was like, it's either Kanye or no one, and I was kind of shocked for a business or a corporation or a festival on that level to be taking such a wild stance. And I actually thought, generally, if they manage to get this over the line, this is massive for shifting quote unquote cancel culture.
Right.
Who can beat cancel culture? Because we've seen that's like in terms of celebrities and stuff, some celebrities are still able to have a lucrative career, throughout their controversy, right?
Right.
I think if this happened, it would have been really big for cancel culture, because even outside of the festival, Kanye is not fully cancelled, right? We're seeing him pop back out in other countries. His streams are still doing, like, he's still got 50 million monthly listeners on Spotify. So, is cancel culture just a facade? Or does it matter in certain regards? Because clearly when it got political, then cancel culture did have an effect on things.
Right.
So, I don't really know how they kind of navigate that one going forward, but I would like to see them try even further into like next year and stuff.
I agree. It depends on what happens, man. And I want to see what happens this summer. Like, are they gonna stick to there just not being Wireless?
Yeah, but what do you think can happen though? You think they're gonna go back to the drawing board and then re-announce something this summer?
That's what
I think. Surely they must have something.
You know how
in the
funny
tuck,
that
like,
with Pepsi and everyone back in the line.
Because bro, like you guys were saying, this Kanye show would not just have been something in recent times. Like, these things take months, maybe even years to schedule and whatnot. So in that time, surely there was a contingency plan put in place or something to just say, just in case we're not able to get Kanye over the line, just to replace it for now.
Can I bring something up, Because like you started the pod asking us where we're considering going, right?
Right.
Let's put ourselves back in the shoes of a consumer.
Right.
Let's say they announce a fresh lineup. They got Dave, Skepta, Central C, whoever, SD Kid, whoever.
Right.
Are you still going?
No.
Me personally, no.
Okay. Are we okay? I personally might be skipping that as well. Yeah. So that just shows, maybe, like, to Iris's point earlier, people are going for Kanye.
Yeah, of course, bro. there are very few artists that me as a 30-year-old is going to go to wireless in particular for.
And he's not been here for over a decade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kanye is one of them artists, like, just respectfully.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the very few that can get
so maybe
a varied audience.
So maybe a part of this conversation is obsolete anyway, because like we're saying, they could have done a plan B and stuff like that. If we're not gonna go,
No, but wireless has moved from it being. I don't think it's a younger crowd that's going to wireless nowadays.
Yeah.
It's very much the 18
I'm telling you,
to like
the crowd for this Kanye one would have been higher. The average would have been higher.
because it's Kanye.
Exactly. So if they were to redo it, it would have everybody's cancelling. At least
Let the young G's
I'll
go.
say at least 60% are gonna cancel off the bat.
Yeah, let the young G's go. It's for them at this point.
No, 100%. But like, it's the fact that they've sold out. They've sold out, and now they're gonna have to basically resell a good portion of them tickets and re-justify the 140 with.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
If they're bringing them prices down, bro.
Why?
Why
would they bring it down?
You think I'm paying 140 for wireless and Kanye is not on the bill? Make that make sense to me. There's nobody justifying that. There's no.
What, Dave and them man don't.
Right. Dave is not getting 140 of my money, respectfully. And that's I like Dave. Like,
No, man, how much was man's paying for Gunna the other day?
bro, am I paying it?
I didn't even go to that.
I'm not paying that.
I'm glad I didn't go to that.
Listen, bro, even bro,
Gunna it started at 80, isn't it? 80, 90.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was at least 80.
Yeah, 80.
Yeah.
90, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, so, and that's basically the average ticket now. Almost.
That's crazy. Like, to me, that something needs to be done. But that's, I think, a different conversation.
But take it last year's wireless, yeah. You had, I don't know whether, I feel like they're trying to cater more to an older audience in some parts of the pockets because, you know, Vybz Kartel done his return. Was it like last year, right?
Right.
Then you get into the controversies around what he's gone through, and you know, it's like, who are you platforming? And we're going back to the hypocrisy thing, right? In terms of like, okay, what crimes are we forgiving? What crimes are you allowed to really still perform in? And even with Kanye, bro, if Kanye's not allowed in the country, why is his music still playing on the radio? Why
it's performative.
Why is it still on the radio,
brother?
Ban everything then.
It's performative.
You know, to like take all his music off or whatever, or you know what I mean? Of course, DSPs, of course, whatever the case is, you know.
Did they ever do it?
What, with Kanye?
Yeah.
Off the radio?
No, take him off DSPs.
No.
I don't.
As far as I remember,
so.
no.
But there was a certain point where he wasn't uploading his music onto DSPs. He was doing it straight to consumer. So like the likes of Donda 2,
Life of Pablo as well.
Life of Pablo as well. I forgot about that.
Did that.
What, they took it off?
No, he originally done it straight to consumer, and then he put it on
that was during the
DSPs
Tidal
after.
era as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's because like he cut ties with his label, so he had no distributor, and now he's with Gamma. So that's probably why he couldn't really get his music distributed. So it was less of DSPs controlling and censoring his music. It was more of him not having an outlet to partner up with. Yeah. But then there we go, man. It's more moral hypocrisy from corporations and whoever the case is, whoever's leading the country.
We could talk about artists that has been shadow banned, but we'll leave that off. We'll leave that off because some uncomfortable discussing it on here. So it's cool. But again, that speaks to just DSPs. Why should they have that power to shadow ban people if they have them on their platform to begin with? For me, I don't get that. Because it's, like you said, it's selective. It's very selective.
It is selective, but that's Like, I don't know, like, that's just life, isn't it?
No,
Everybody,
bro.
there's gonna be a bias for certain people in certain things, just generally.
No, but if you don't agree with said person, why are you trying to monetize off them?
Because said person has still got a fan base.
So what? You're going back to the business angle?
Yeah.
Nah.
What about playing his songs on the radio? Is there a business angle to that though? Not much.
Do they play songs in them?
They probably still do. Yeah, I haven't heard the band.
On certain radio stations, maybe you might hear them.
Yeah, maybe the amount of
For real.
Maybe.
yeah, the amount of music played by Kanye, of songs by Kanye is probably less, but
Yeah.
you know, they're probably still playing Gold Digger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gold Digger.
Yeah, not his new stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You like radio and consumers are clearly still loving the legacy songs.
100% those ones are still playing.
You know, on Spotify top 5, you know we got the top 10 and stuff, right? I Wonder of Graduation is up there, and that wasn't even a single.
Interesting.
So you know, it just shows you that there's still a massive consumption pool of new trends still circulating around Kanye's music.
Yeah.
You know, even on like TikTok and Reels, they got the Jesus King song.
Yeah.
Like the Praise the Lord thing and whatever. Like, he's still having cultural moments. And then again, when someone like Wireless is checking into that, they're clearly seeing he's still got emotion, he's still got an audience, still got a massive fan base.
Right. I agree.
But yeah, like I think when everything else comes into it, when you're talking about other artists and what they've had to go through and, you know, their censorship, it just comes down to how much do people like your music? Really? How much motion do you still have? You know, some artists can't claim to have as much motion as Kanye present day if they've gone through controversies.
Yeah.
That's true.
And certain artists, I feel like certain artists do deserve to be shadow banned because their music shouldn't be out anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but at the same time, it's why do you have them on the platform to begin with? In that case, if you're going to shadow ban them anyway, like not play their songs,
it's half measures, isn't it? It's half measures.
It is half measures, and it is the hypocrisy and all of this. But like, in my head, like, reality is because, like, I don't know, like certain people, we're not certain people, innit? Like, you've done certain things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not
okay.
It's not like how do I say it? Like, it's not like, yeah, you've done certain things, and the person I'm hitting that is R. Kelly. Like, he's done certain things. His music. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, his music, like, yes, it should be shadow banned.
Is that because of the content of the music?
Content and who he is.
Okay, so his crimes affect your perception of whether we should accept his music.
Yes, guaranteed. And especially because, like, if he was like a hip hop artist, nah, it's mad because his crimes are mad anyway because he's a paedophile, isn't it?
Yeah.
So get him out of it. Whatever the thing,
Right.
That's why I just can't comprehend. There's no debate. Like, he shouldn't be there anyway. So yes, shadow ban him, bruv. That's the way I see it. Like, people shouldn't just be easily allowed to, because they should even have like a moral compass themselves as a company.
But they don't. That's why they still have him on their platform.
Yeah,
that's why I say it's performative, bro. It's selective.
Of course it is. But
I don't get that.
That's the way life goes, though. Life is like that. Life is like
it's nasty, but cool. It's nasty, but for like other individuals like the likes of Diddy and whatnot, who also have extensive catalogs and whatnot, then his music is still up, despite him going through what he's going through, done what he's done. Should he be shadow banned as well?
You know what? It's a complex one, with the music removal thing, because, you know, Diddy's a great example, so is R. Kelly, that they've played a role in other people's albums and songs. Now, do you just take out their solo catalogue? Do you take away their features? Do you take away R. Kelly's production on Aaliyah albums? You get me? Like, how far does that go? Like, like Biggie albums, you're gonna have so many songs missing. because Diddy's on the ad libs or Diddy's on the production, or like he's still monetizing some way somehow. So it is a muddied one. How do you really police that? You either police it entirely or police it not at all, in my opinion. You know.
But you know, it's difficult because obviously you got like their crimes are different.
So what we as a society should come to a decision of what crimes constitute what.
That's
Essentially, you got the S tier crimes.
Exactly. Yeah.
let's rank crimes. Let's tier rank crimes. S tier, A, B.
Yeah. And whose music should you listen to in each tier?
Yeah. So like obviously the non-stop S tier.
Exactly.
You get me? Let's go one step lower than that, or equivalent potentially. Murder. If an artist has murdered someone, can they perform and come into this country? And should we listen to their lyrics parading about murder?
I mean,
How do we go about that? You see?
People still listen to The Baby. People still listen to Gucci Mane. People still listen to whoever's.
There we go. And I'm all for that, by the way. You make that decision yourself.
I agree with
I don't want corporations making that decision for us.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yes.
Give us all the options,
right,
and let people determine what they do, because you'll see a change in the statistics of consumption. If R. Kelly's monthly listeners have gone down ever since he got convicted, that is proof that some people are making the autonomous decision to not listen to him. So on and so forth. Take any artist, but if you're gonna try dictate what the public do, it doesn't make sense, because them lot on the corporation side and business side are always going off what the public are saying as well. You know, public outlash, like outcry, etc. Then they make a response, and then they're like, okay, the public are messing with this, it's gonna affect our bag. Let's take a step away. But just give us the blanket option, and like I said earlier, people can decide what crimes affect their moral compass the most, and go ahead with it. Or not.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like you said, in terms of even earlier when you were saying, like as a community, how do we forgive someone or whatever, or do you know what I'm saying, like the levels of forgiveness and blah blah blah. Like I feel like it's difficult to like
collectively agree on something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
it is because we all got different opinions, and if we all got different opinions, why are we always trying to come to the same conclusion as each other?
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Yeah,
you can't. Like you said, like that's life a few minutes ago. Like that is literally life, man. We all have different views and opinions, and sometimes you just gotta like go through life that way.
Exactly,
that's true.
But then when you hop on online and you got a digital platform that can take anything and everything away from us at heartbeat. Like we ain't got a choice then, or they're trying to say that we ain't got a choice, but then they also want us to have choice. So I feel like everyone's confused because they're trying to navigate like the other person's opinion or the other society's kind of like morals and ethics. Man, stick to yours, and you can go buy that R. Kelly CD if you really want. I'm not gonna.
You have your choice.
I'm not gonna like praise you for that. I'm still gonna I'm gonna judge you for that probably, but you can go do that. Buy the physical media, but on DSPs, they have this option where they can take anything away from us. And if you really care about making a stance, then go do it in real life. I don't think online it's possible to come to a conclusion on any of this.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's too vast to even do that.
I think it even follows on with kind of what Hove was saying in terms of the herd mentality, ruining certain things in hip hop and whatnot. And the ultra fans and stuff like that. So.
Understands. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But you can choose to engage with them or not, or just look at them from a distance. Like, okay, cool.
It's like it's like people forget they have choice in today's society because they just get outraged over anything, innit? And stuff that they definitely don't need to be interacting with anyway.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? But they are.
Well, like trying to have an opinion on anything and everything. Yeah. I think that's where we're at, man. Everyone wants to say something that they're unqualified about, give their 2 cents, because you have the option to go do this,
social,
type.
Yeah.
You know? But like, if you don't know anything about it, stay away from it.
That's true.
Everyone has their expertise.
That's true. But yeah, to round up on this particular conversation,
Yeah, I need to go as well.
just parting thoughts. Going forward, what would you like to see from, like, let's say the artist, in this particular case, Kanye, the what do you call it, the organizers of the festival, and let's say government and fans, because I think Kanye still probably has to show that he's doing the work personally.
Yeah.
I think what the festival has done is brave, I think.
Yeah.
But they should still have a contingency plan, and the government should stay away from involving themselves, and fans should.
Yeah, 100%. I think for me, the government
like
getting
make their voices
involved
known.
was BS. Like, for me, because, like, you got other governments that are, like, based on everything that we've seen, he's still, like, there's nothing to cancel his visa to come through for. Like, so it's like, yeah, I feel like they shouldn't have got involved, because, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, to an extent, you're kind of proving his point, but
I think they should only get involved if there's a genuine threat to society from allowing that person into the country.
Exactly.
You know, when you actually take purely political decisions, Shamima Begum, like, whatever the case, you know, even that one has nuances, right? But just as an example of a non-music example is that whoever you think is, you're allowing into the country, if you feel like they're a threat to society, then don't allow them in. It's a very top-line blanket way of dealing with stuff. Now, is Kanye a threat to society? That is the main question that the government and Wireless and whoever is trying to forgive him or not forgiving him to really respond with. Because when we talk about his anti-Semitic actions, I don't know how we quantify whether he actually did spread, to what level did he spread anti-Semitism, right? In the UK.
Right.
If you can quantify that, and there's a positive correlation between Kanye's music and his comments with that statement in the UK, now you have empirical evidence to be like, okay, we're banning him.
Right.
He's clearly impacted UK British society. You're not allowed. So now it's like, show me your workings. You know, show me your workings, Keir, Home Office, whoever.
Yeah.
If you can't show me your workings, let them in. That's it.
They're not gonna do that.
Exactly. They won't. They like to take us for fools, and that's, you know.
I think that's why them banning him and then shaking hands with certain people. It's just like the hypocrisy. Sorry, is just like, that's why I don't even like politics in general. But yeah, like, them man are just idiots, to be fair. Like, just, do you know what I mean? That's how I feel, like, in terms of just a lot of them. Like, the hypocrisy is just crazy.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, man, they should have never got involved.
It's a dark precedent now. Now what happens with future artists? You know, they might just peel back again and be like, this never happened.
Right.
But now it's like, yeah, how does this happen now? Now all festivals are going to be looking at what happened in the UK, and now they're going to be making tougher decisions and calls and being like, do we book this person? Do we book that person? I think it's going to affect things potentially more than we actually know at the time.
Yeah.
And now it's like, the freedom of choice to go see a certain artist is going to be gone soon. Who knows? That's the longest extent of this going, right? Like, you banning a certain artist, you can never go see them live again. You can't make the choice to go see them. And I think we're just being indoctrinated and controlled in multiple facets of life, and now it's spilling into music performance.
Right. I agree.
I think it all correlates top line from just general British politics.
Yeah.
And it's just trickling its way down here.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at what's happening over here. It's happening in every area.
It's concerning to see, but it'll be interesting to see what the fallout is from here. But yeah, man, we could talk about this all day, but unfortunately we have to wrap up right now, innit? So, but yeah, love for coming on and chatting about this. We need to get you on sooner, innit?
It's a pleasure, man. No probs.
But yeah, as always, go like, share, subscribe. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok at Mic Cheque. I'm trying. I might even check. I've got a little thing. I'll tell you a lot off camera. I'm trying to do a little sidestep on the whole journalism thing. But for now, you can find me over there. You can find me on Twitter or X at AKHams. Mikcheque.com for the writing stuff. And then check the TikTok for music commentary and breakdowns too. Sick.
It's been your boys. We out. Another one.
Trust.